do you think the challenges are for you, because you have this new internet, Web3, as they call it, right? It's digital tokens, crypto. Are you a believer in this? Are you a skeptic? What I mean,
Web3 or crypto?
Well, that's a good delineation. Web3 is not something to believe in or not, right? I mean, that's just kind of here. Do you believe that crypto is going to be this force that helps things decentralize? Or do you believe that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I've had a lot of conversations about cryptocurrency, so I could give you the full sort of rundown of all the different cryptocurrencies that are exciting to me. But to me personally, zero of it has to do with money. So I like financial, what do you call it? Investment.
Right.
So a lot of people, that's part of the problems of the space is a lot of people just want to make money and they want to make a quick buck. So their excitement is exaggerated by the fact that they're invested in a particular coin. And so to me, what's interesting is the different technologies involved, and they're amazing. So
explain briefly to people that are unaware of what blockchain technology is, because maybe they have not come in contact with anyone who has made it their business to yell at them for 10 hours about it.
Well, it's a pretty tough task. Maybe one nice way to do it is just to mention some of the key technologies that are competing. So the original implementation of cryptocurrency on a blockchain is Bitcoin. And one of the defining aspects of it is its proof of work. So it's very difficult. It's grounded to physical reality in the way that gold is grounded to physical reality, and that's really powerful. And also, it's powerful because no governments can control it, and so there's a
finite amount of it,
and there's a finite amount of it. So the scarcity is enforced, so it's going to hold its value. There's a lot of nice properties to it. And then the negative side is the transactions are very slow and expensive. So people have constructed like layer 2 technologies, which is using Bitcoin for the great things that Bitcoin does and having the fast transactions that you want. Like if you want to pay for dinner, they have layer 2 technologies like Lightning Network as an example that sits on top of Bitcoin. Okay. Then there's Ethereum with
now blockchain is like when people talk about a ledger, and what would they like? How would you break that down to somebody who's like, wait a minute, what in God's name are you talking about? Is it a way that all of these transactions are, stored?
Yeah. So it's basically a database.
Right.
It's a way to store data in a way that cannot be falsified or sort of attacked and falsified and faked and changed by anybody, because there's a lot of people that have a consensus mechanism that are monitoring and have full access to that data. And so blockchain just means store of data that has a temporal component. So there's a sequence to it, and nobody can modify it.
Okay.
And so, like, this is like secure, reliable in the way that physical reality is secure and reliable. If you, if you break a glass, it's broken. That's a fact. That nobody can unbreak that glass,
right,
and fake it, convince you it never broke.
Right.
Fake news. Like that reality happened, and in the same way, blockchain is the first technology of its kind that in a digital space that allows you to have that same reliability across a population. In the same way that physical reality is reliable, blockchain just stores information in a reliable way that nobody can mess with. And then everybody just uses that blockchain in different ways. And there's
is there one blockchain or are there several?
Yeah, each one there's one per
crypto.
Per
crypto. So Ethereum, a lot of the NFTs that are selling right now, they're on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And then Ethereum has a lot of cool properties.
Right.
Of course, it's evolving. Ethereum 2.0, I think, is supposed to come out 2022. So
you had the founder on your show.
Yeah, a couple of times. Brilliant guy, really humble. Right. So some of these cryptocurrencies don't have one figurehead. They have a community of people, community of developers.
Right.
Obviously, not obviously, but it's well known that the Bitcoin creator and founder is anonymous, Satoshi Nakamoto.
Right. That seems to be less true every year.
Yeah,
More people
everybody.
seem to
I
have.
wouldn't be surprised if you're Satoshi Nakamoto.
Well,
you're saying
what people are seemingly, they're drawing a line around a group of people. It's got to be one of them, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it could be anybody.
Well,
right?
But that's the beauty of it.
Right.
That you don't know. And that's a powerful idea in itself, the anonymity. But then Vitalik Buterin, who's the co-founder of Ethereum, is kind of like the figurehead, and he represents it. And so, and there's a few others, like another co-founder of Ethereum is Charles Hoskinson, who created Cardano. That's a very interesting piece of technology, also. So I would say there's smart contracts, which is ways to use the blockchain to make agreements between people, like exchange assets or do the same kind of contracts you do between people. So that's really interesting. There's moving away from the proof of work, which requires you to use a lot of resources.
Explain that. Explain proof of work. When you said it grounds Bitcoin to the physical reality. Explain proof of work.
So proof of work, you have to solve a cryptographic puzzle on a computer. So a computer has to do a really hard thing for a long time to solve it. And so you have to have a giant number of computers doing a giant number of computations. So
that's why it takes all this energy.
It takes all of this energy.
Yeah.
But that's why it's very difficult to fake. It's very difficult for a large number of people to get together and say, we're going to create a bunch of fake Bitcoin. So this really grounds it. You always have to come back to this mining effort of performing the computation. There's another.
Now, what is it? It's a math problem, essentially?
It's a simple math problem. You just have to do a lot of it.
To get one Bitcoin. To mine one Bitcoin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how many computers have to do this?
As many as you want.
Okay.
So you can be mining Bitcoin.
With one computer.
With one computer,
and it would take a long time.
It would take a very long time.
So how many computers do you need if you want to make quick work of it?
This sounds like you're getting ideas in your head.
Maybe I am.
I think it's getting less and less possible to really make money with this mining effort. I'm actually not paying too much attention of with where the major mining facilities are. China recently banned mining, Bitcoin mining. So they banned cryptocurrency and banned mining. So all the mines that were in China had to move elsewhere. But I think it's distributed across the world. I think there's in South America, and
one of the reasons that Elon, he made
some here in Austin. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure, I'm sure there are. Elon made some news by saying it needs to be a greener, more environmentally friendly process. This was maybe last year.
Yeah. So what the Bitcoins will say, what the Bitcoin folks will say, is yes, it's not environmentally friendly, but the benefit you get far outweighs the cost. So there's a lot of stuff we do that's not environmentally friendly. Driving cars, eating meat. And their argument is like, well, the benefit to society is much higher than the cost it has to the environment.
Right.
So like, don't just find a boogeyman just because you want it. They just see it as another way to attack Bitcoin.
Okay.
But yes, it's bad for the environment, but so are a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Is the argument that would make, because this has the opportunity to revolutionize the monetary system across the world. So one of the downsides of the way money is used in the world is used by governments to control the populace.
That's right.
There's a lot of people that talk about authoritarian regimes that use inflation, you use money to control people. And so Bitcoin allows you
to start wars,
to
do everything.
And so
to fund gain of function research into diseases that then leak out. Yeah.
Okay. Allegedly.